religion compound is one of the most famous, picturesque and charming areas in the whole of Cairo. No visit to Egypt is complete without stopping at Old Cairo. It is a peaceful area with a very special atmosphere. It consists of a small area built around the remains of the old Roman fortress of Babylon on the Nile, and contains pretty much all of the tourist sites of Old Cairo. The religion compound is littered with monuments from all three of the main monotheistic religions, as well as the Coptic Museum, in addition to the Coptic Cemetery. Some of the more famous churches here include the Greek Church of St. George, which is one of the few round churches still in existence in the region, and of course, the very famous Hanging Church. The Amr ibn al-As Mosque is located just north of the compound and was the first mosque ever built in Egypt. Old Cairo is so named because it is the oldest part of Cairo. In fact, it predates what is now Cairo. Some Egyptologists believe that there was a settlement here as far back as the 6th century BC. Later, the Romans built a fortress here, which we call Babylon, and some of these Roman walls still exist. Later it became a Christian stronghold, with as many as 20 churches built within an area of only 1 square mile. The main entrance is through one of the two oldest structures in Cairo, the rounded towers of the western gate of the Roman fortress of Babylon, built in 98 AD by Emperor Trajan, and the southern gate is the other oldest structure. Just southwest of here is the Hanging Church, the Church of the Virgin Mary, built into the walls of the water gate of the Roman fortress. It is possibly the oldest Christian church in Egypt, dating to around the 4th century. is considered the oldest church in the area of Al-Fustat or Old Cairo. It is known as the Hanging because it was built on the ruins of two old towers that remained from an old fortress called the Fortress of Babylon. It was dedicated to the Virgin Mary and Saint Damiana. It dates back to the end of the 3rd century AD and the beginning of the 4th century AD, but it has been reconstructed and renovated several times since. This church has played an important role in the history of the Coptic Church because it became the seat of the patriarchs after transferring it from Alexandria to Al-Fustat. Here, there are about 110 icons, the oldest of which dates back to the 8th century, but most of them date to the 18th century. The church takes the shape of a basilica, and it has a wooden roof in the shape of Noah's Ark. The church was once very big, but it became much smaller throughout the ages after several modifications. The last one was in 1755 AD. Now it measures 23.5 meters in length, 18.5 in width, and 9.5 meters in height. It consists of the following elements: entrance, known as the narthex, the nave and the 2 aisles, and the 3 sanctuaries located to the east of the church. The most important being the middle one, which is dedicated to the Virgin Mary, and some steps lead to the middle entrance. On both sides of this entrance, there is a door that leads to 2 upper floors dedicated to the dwelling of the priest.